everyone, how are you today? Yeah, me too. Week 2. Fingers crossed it will all be better soon, okay? Well, remember on Tuesday we looked at Trinity 5, so today we're going to focus on Trinity 6. For those of you who are not doing Trinity, this is still a really good lesson to listen to because there will be some new grammar coming up, okay? So we're going to start by looking at some sentences related to Trinity 6, all right? I would like you to write these sentences on paper, pause the video, and then complete the sentences so that they're true for you, okay? So let's go through them. The first one, number 1, when I hear my favourite song, what do you do? How do you feel? Number 2, if I go back to school in April, what will you do? Number 3, I think it's crazy for people to what? Number 4, in 20 years' time, I think I'll be... Number 5, after this class, I'm definitely... Number 6, this week I must... And number 7 continues from number 6. This week I must, but I don't have to, Okay? Good. So now, if you have the sentences copied, press pause, complete the sentences so they're true for you, and then come back to the video. Okay? Pause now. Right, let's go through then. Do you have a sentence for each one? Let's start with number 1 then. What did you put? When I hear my favourite song, Good idea. For me, when I hear my favourite song, I get up and dance. Usually I don't like dancing, but if it's my favourite song, woohoo, I have to dance. Number 2, if I go back to school in April, what will you do? Well, I'll be happy, see my friends, see my students, be really good. Number 3, I think it's crazy for people to go out. Exactly. Don't go out, people. It's crazy. Stay in your houses. Number 4 then. In 20 years' time, I think I'll be, in 20 years' time I'll be 56. Ooh, but I hope that I'll be in Begonte. I love it here. I love my house. I love my life. I hope I will be in Begonte still. Number 5 then. After this class, I'm definitely, for me, eating a snack. Doing the videos makes me very hungry. Number 6 then. This week, I must study. Just because we're not at school doesn't mean we don't have the opportunity to study. But I don't have to study all day. No, you must study, but you don't have to study all day. It's also important to do something different. What other things have you been doing? So, if we have a look at these sentences, how do they connect to the Trinity exam? Well, each of these is an example of a language requirement for Trinity 6. Okay, one of the grammar points. Now look at number 1. When I hear my favourite song, I get up and dance. When I hear my favourite song, I get up. This is zero conditional. Have you heard of zero conditional? No problem. We'll look at the grammar for each point afterwards. Number 2 then. If I go back to school in April, I'll be happy. This one is, if I go back, I'll be. This is first conditional. Zero conditional, first conditional. Number 3 then. I think it's crazy for people to go out. This one is the infinitive of purpose. Number 4. In 20 years' time, I think I'll be in Begonte. This one is using future simple, will, to predict the future. Number 5 then. After this class, I'm definitely eating a snack. I'm eating is present continuous for the future. Number 6, this week I must study, but I don't have to study all day. These are examples of modal verbs. Now remember, in the Trinity exams, you have to show that you can use and understand all of these language requirements. So let's go through them one by one. Okay? We'll start with zero conditional. Okay? Zero conditional. Now, zero conditional we use for things which are always true. Things which are always true. Okay? For example, if I drop an egg, what happens? It breaks. Good. If you drop an egg, it breaks. So zero conditional, we use if and the present, and in the second part, the present again. Okay? Oh. If plus the present and the present. Okay? We can use if or when. Okay? Both are possible. So, let's think of some other examples. When I hear my favourite song, I get up and dance. Can you think of an example? Very good. Let's think of some other examples then. If I see cake, I eat it. It's true. I see it, I eat it. It's normal. Okay? Now, zero conditional is super easy. If and the present and the present. First conditional is quite similar. Okay? So, first conditional, okay, we use for a likely situation in the future. Okay? For example, If I go to bed early, I'm very tired, so it's likely, and it's about tonight, so it's in the future. If I go to bed early, I'll read my book. So, for first conditional, again, we use if or when. Both are possible. What do we use after if? Good. The present. But in the second part, what's this? Will. Good. Will. And what do we use after the verb will? An infinitive. Excellent. Okay. If I go to bed early, I will read my book. If I have pizza for dinner, I will be happy. If I finish this video class, I will do all my homework. Okay? So remember, zero conditional is for things which are always true. First conditional refers to a likely situation in the future. Okay? Perfect. So, let's move on to the next grammar point. Okay? The next one, oh, don't lose the board, Natalie, is present continuous, but for the future. Okay? Now, can you remember the example sentence? It was, I can't remember, after this class. After this class, I'm definitely eating a snack. Okay. So here we have the example sentence for present continuous in the future. Here is the present continuous. Remember, to make present continuous, we use a verb to be and then a verb with ing. Okay? Now, we have different future forms in English. We have will, we have going to, and we have present continuous for the future. Present continuous for the future we use for a fixed plan. Something that is definitely going to happen. If we're not sure, we would use something different. Well, I might go to the cinema, for example. But if we are 100% sure, then we use present continuous, but it refers to the future. After this class is not now, it's the future. Okay? What are you doing after this class? Are you eating a snack? Are you doing your homework? Are you watching TV? Are you watching a film? Okay? Remember, if it's a fixed plan, then we can use present continuous. Okay? Next then, for the grammar points, is modals. Okay, so modal verbs for Trinity 6 include excuse me, must, need to, might, and don't have to. Okay? But what's the difference in meaning between these four? Well, must is an obligation. We can use it in positive or negative. You must, it's an obligation. You mustn't, it's a prohibition. You must stay in your house. You mustn't go out. Need to means something is necessary. Okay? Must is stronger than need to. You need to study every day in your house. Okay? It's important. Might means it's possible. Okay? It's uncertain. I'm not sure, but it's possible. Okay? We might be back in the academy in April. We don't know. We might have a good summer. It might be sunny tomorrow, but it's Galicia. We don't know. And finally, don't have to means it's not necessary. You can do it, but it's not necessary. Okay? Do you have to wear a uniform to school? No, you don't have to wear a uniform. It's not necessary. You don't have to go to school at the moment. In fact, you mustn't go to school at the moment. It's stronger. Okay? So each of these modal verbs need to be put into your topic. Okay? Only 2 more to go. So the next one is the infinitive of purpose. Okay? Now, what was the example sentence? I think it's crazy for people to go out. This is the infinitive of purpose. The infinitive is when we use the infinitive, to, and the verb, to give the purpose of something. Therefore, infinitive of purpose. Okay? Why do you go to the academy? Well, you go to the academy to study English. That's the reason, the purpose of going to the academy. Okay? Remember, in English, we say to and the verb, not for and a verb, like you do in Spanish. Okay? Why do you go to the English Academy? Para aprender. Para aprender in English, to learn. Okay? So the infinitive of purpose, not for, to. Okay? Fairly simple? Of course. Now, the final grammar point was not in the example sentences. Okay? The final one is past continuous. Now, we looked at past continuous in our books last year and again this year. We use past continuous usually with past simple. Okay? Look at this sentence. Okay, here we have 2 actions. While Nat was teaching, the students listened. Because of course you always listen when I'm teaching. So, the first action, was teaching, is in past continuous. The verb to be in the past, was or were. The verb, and ing. The second action is just past simple. It's a regular verb, so ed. Let's look at the 2 actions together. Okay? While Nat was teaching, the students listened. Which action is the long action? Okay. Was teaching is the long action. Look, here we are. Nat was teaching. The students, simple. Listened here, Nico listened here, Lucia listened here, Ruben listened here, Iria listened here. Okay? The past action that is continuous over a period of time, we use past continuous. Okay? When you're using it in Trinity, it's very useful to think of some action in the past. What were you doing when that action happened? Okay? So for example, I went on holiday to England. While I was flying in the plane, I thought about what I was going to do. Alright? So for every action, past action, think about what you were doing at the time. Okay? So that's the end of the grammar for Trinity 6. Next week, we're going to look at putting the grammar into your topic. Okay? That's it for today. Bye, guys.